Well, hello, urthpainter. Up a little elevation today, up by radio towers. Out on the ET Max. It's the first time I've taken it on this particular journey, and it's been a learning experience. On some of these road surfaces, looking at here is fine, but when it gets into areas where there's basically piles and like the entire surface is these small to medium sized rocks, what I discovered coming up is that the power of the ET Max and the nature of that tubeless tire, which I keep at very high pressure, it really moves it in a way that is pretty tricky for me to maintain really good control. Because I came up a paved road and I was riding my normal speed limit speeds. And when I got on the rougher road, I was also riding pretty good. And I immediately hit a patch of those rocks, and the wheel kind of slid. And then it was a series of 2 or 3 wobbling corrections to get myself back under control, which was a little unnerving. So I reduced speed drastically, and I really tried to look at the surface as I was riding it. I think a little bit of it is getting used to the wheel, but I do think that a little bit of it is the nature of the wheel, its power, the tire, its weight, responding to those surfaces. It might be as simple as off-road tire. Just an off-road tire on this would likely solve the issue that I'm talking about. I prefer the beautiful nature of the on-road on pavement. And ultimately, maybe that's what this wheel is. But I'm going to film just a little trip from this radio tower up to that radio tower. I know from experience that there's some steep areas, and I'll probably run into some of those surfaces. And it's just a little test, and with the camera out, so I can kind of film this experience. Nice day. I'm sure you can kind of see by the cloud cover, somewhat unremarkable light. Everything's just kind of gray, washed out, which in ways is not a bad thing. I definitely can see really well with the visor in this light. I brought all of my new tech for like microphoning up and GPS and stuff like that, but because of the focus required on the way to here, I figured I would just pull out the big 360 and just go with it today. I think I heard that sound twice, where a little pebble gets dragged through, scrapes against the motor plate. A very gratifying sound, and hopefully I won't drag any large rocks through there. This wheel's power. Be interesting what that would end up. But maybe a bigger rock would just kind of bounce out. Anyways, onward.
Das ist nix dabei, noch bin ich euch erzählen die Geschichte. Nichtsdestotrotz, ich bin das schon gewohnt, die wie Fuck, da läuft es nicht. Tja, sie war jung, sie hat so weit und weiß und jede Nacht hat ihren Preis. Sie sagt, to the sweet, you got rap to the heat, ich verstehe, sie ist heiß. Sie sagt, baby, no, I miss my funky friends, mein Jack und Joe und Jill. Mein Bauchverständnis, ja, das reicht zur Not, ich überreiß, was hier es geht. Ich überlege bei mir, die Nasen spricht dafür, wäre das nicht noch Rauch. Die Special Places sind ja wohl bekannt, ich mein, sie fährt ja U-Bahn auch. Dort singen's Radine um, oh, oh, oh. Schau, schau, der Kommissar geht um, oh, oh, oh. Er wird dir anschauen und du weißt warum, die Lebenslust bringt dich um. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar. Did you ever rap that penny rock? As they rap through the beat. Wir denken Chill und Joe und dessen Bruder Rip und auch den Rest der coolen Gang. Sie rappen hin, sie rappen her, dazwischen kratzen's auf die Wand. Dieser Fall ist klar, lieber Herr Kommissar, auch wenn Sie anderer Meinung sind. Der Schnee, auf dem wir alle Parkplatz fahren, enthalte jedes Kind jetzt das Kinderlied. Radine um, oh, 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 oh. Schau, schau, der Kommissar geht um, oh, oh, oh. Frust macht uns stumm. Radine dumm, oh, oh, oh. Schau, schau, der Kommissar geht um, oh, oh, oh. Wenn der Jahr spricht und du weißt warum, soll der Bentley bricht dir um. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar?
Oh, yes, indeed. Even on an overcast day like today, man, is it pretty. So pretty. Such a pretty spot. You can hike and bike here as well. A hike from the base of the M trail to here, if you're in really good shape, in my opinion. I'm sure people are wild, man. I'm sure people can make it here in like a little over an hour or something. I wouldn't even imagine what the record time would be. But for me, when I was in real good shape, which I'm not right now, I could make it from the bottom of the M trail to here in about an hour and a half to an hour 50. So inside of 2 hours, I believe it's, that's a good question. 2 miles to the top of Mount Sentinel. I'd say it's another 2 miles here. It might even be another 2.5. So 5 mile-ish with a raise in elevation of probably about 3,500 feet. But that is a guess. I'd have to actually look at the numbers. Not logging my ride. I could have actually come up with that elevation difference pretty easily. Yeah, though, I think you saw, this actually was a nice stretch of road. That was really easy from tower to tower, no problem at all. I'll be interested how it is going down. I've been really liking the city motorcycle boots. I'm forgetting the trials, the specific variety of motorcycle boot. So they're a trials boot, so they're made to put your foot on the ground. They're made for riding on single track trail in the woods, or even no trail at all in the woods at times, on an off-road motorcycle when you have to put your foot down. That's not something I have any experience with, but I've come to really like these boots. It took them over a year to really feel worn in, to really get the shape of my foot with the leather. You may have noticed, though, walking from the wheel to here, that they function as a boot off of the wheel. They have flex, they have good soles. And they're not uncomfortable. They look pretty cool too. These particular ones, I've seen them actually recently online for around $200, $250. Let's just say that's not what I paid for mine when they were brand new, just on the market. I definitely paid for these, but I don't regret it. I like them a lot. They're definitely my most protective riding boot. Had one more point to make. I've compared the ET Max in a previous ride to Grandpa's Cadillac, and I've actually heard that description reflected in another YouTuber's video, which I found very interesting. So I'm not alone in that sentiment. So let's just say I was in Grandpa's Cadillac and I was driving up this mountain road. Grandpa's Cadillac had a V8, rear-wheel drive, road car, beautiful cruiser. So by that logic, Grandpa's Cadillac has no right being on this mountain road. But if you had to do it, if you were forced to, could it? Yes. But how would you ride? Would you ride performance? Or would you take it easy on a nice relaxing ride? And I think that the latter is the correct answer there. So by that logic, that's maybe just how I should approach these type of roads on the ET Max. It's a cruiser. It's a relaxed ride machine. And yes, it has all that power, which I gotta say is inspiring. The power that thing delivers, the smoothness with which it delivers that power is truly inspiring. In a lot of ways, that word just fits that wheel. Maybe that will be my nickname for the ET Max. Inspire. Little cliche, perhaps. I'll think on it. Maybe do a little thesaurus work online. Probably talked more than I've ridden, which is not my style. So we will end it here. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. How's your idling? Looks like all my slow riding on this needs some work. Definitely easier coming down than going up. People don't generally talk about the difficulty of restraint, the difficulty of not riding fast, but it is a real thing and a good exercise.